he's leaning to the right. Would you agree? But if you look at Nick Faldo again, which shoulder is lower? Left shoulder is lower. So actually, he's leaning left. Okay, he's leaning left. He's just flexed forward and rotated.
Now, again, basically, because the face of the club has a big influence on where the ball starts. If I have the face in bad spots, it's not necessarily going to start where the path of the club is going. But certainly where the hands are going and what the hands are doing will affect what happens with the initial direction of the ball, okay? He came out of his spine angle. He lost his spine angle. What does that mean? Well, I'm going to describe that to you, and I'm going to make sense of this. Again, this is that plane talk that we're talking about, but I'm going to call it an upper body plane. And here's why I like to call it an upper body plane. Because the angle that my spine is at, which is really the angle that my upper body is at, my spine is on the back side of my body here, okay? So if I take my body and I turn my body and keep my shoulders on that plane, the upper part of my spine is going to change. It's going to twist, and the upper part is literally going to get a little bit closer to the ground here because my spine moves. That's what allows us freedom in our movement, is the spine is always, it's not a rod. It's not sitting through there like this and we're turning around a rod. But the upper body is at an angle. It's in a plane neck. That's the way I want you to look at this plane. So that when I turn my body, this tube is what I'm going to be spinning around like that. And that's the plane that the upper body is going to kind of hang in. It's going to be on this angle like this. So it goes from here, and then it comes down, and then it rotates this way. It's not a spine, because the spine's on the back side of that. And I'm trying to make sure that you get the point that what you're doing is you're keeping this posture, the integrity of this angle, this plane that your upper body is in right here. You're just going to make sure that everything stays in this same plane all the way through, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to get in your mind that it's not a spine angle, but it's an upper body plane, all right? There is a bit of a change in the plane of that upper body in this line right here. What happens is, in a proper swing, the lower body is going to have a little bit of a shift forward there, all right? So you get back like this, the lower body shifts a little forward, and then we start to rotate through. That's what allows this club to lag down behind and come from the inside right there. So the lower body kind of shifts that way, the club drops underneath, and then we go like that. Most of you can't hit a draw, you're not making that move. So you want to make sure that you feel that that tube, that upper body plane in this line changes just a little bit. Now, shoulder and this part of the alignment rod to go down like that. So now I've got an angle. That's perfect, Monty. So now I have an angle here. Now, this is the plane that the shoulders are going to be on. And what I want to have happen is I want the plane of the shoulders to be constantly on that line right there. So when I go from here, I want to turn back through and I want to go to there. I want these